On this video, I would like to do a brief review of Hammurabi's, or of Akkadian grammar, working through Hammurabi's Epilogue. And basically, we have worked through the first 5 lines. As we read it, it reads, Dinat misharim shahamurapi sharum leum ukinuma. And I have done my own normalization and translation along with grammar. And so we've worked our way up there to this point. Dinat would be a noun feminine plural from dinim, so the laws of justice, misharim, notice it's a genitive singular from misharum, the laws of justice. And by the way, you can find my own work in a PDF on a short inductive Akkadian grammar based on the epilogue of Hammurabi's Code. You can also find the epilogue of Hammurabi's Code online as well. So the laws of justice, Shah Hammurabi, which Hammurabi, notice Shah is your relative pronoun in Akkadian, and Hammurabi is the king that's presenting these laws. So the laws of justice, which Hammurabi, Sharum Leum, the capable king. Sharum means king, Leum means capable. Sharum is the nominative noun singular in the ending, and the adjective in leum has the ending as well. So the capable king, ukinuma, which he established. Ukinuma, in Akkadian, we have G stem, which is your basic stem like the cow in Greek or in Hebrew. We have after the G, we have the D stem, which is your intensive stem, like the PL in Hebrew. So here we have a D preterite subjunctive, ukinuma, and it is a masculine singular from a middle weak verb, kanu, K-A-N-U, and meaning to establish or set up. So in Akkadian, the D conjunction, or conjugation, as we've said, corresponds to the Hebrew pia, looking at intensification, and the U suffix indicates a subjunctive, which follows the relative Shah in Akkadian. So, by the way, it does not express probability in the subjunctive, as, for example, in Greek or Latin, but it is used mainly in subordinate clauses. So the law of justice, we would render it, which Hammurabi established. I want to just take a moment and make this a short video to look at some of the basic conjugations in Akkadian from the verb parasu, meaning to cut. First of all, we have what is called the G stem, the G preterite, or basic stem, and it corresponds to the cow stem in Hebrew. And so the G preterite of parasu is iprus, he cut. Number 2, we have the D preterite stem, which is like the Hebrew PL stem, showing intensification or the doing of something often. An example would be uparis, U-P-A-R-R-I-S. Notice you have your U prefix, doubling of the middle radical in the R, and much like what you have in Hebrew. We have yeshaber in Hebrew. again, you from Shabbat to break, you double the middle radical, and you have a Ye, Sha, Ber, doubling of the middle radical. But at any rate, in Akkadian, you have the same phenomenon of the doubling of the middle radical in the D stem. Number 3, we have the sheen preterite. The sheen stem, by the way, is like the hifil. It is the causative stem. So it is causation and will ordinarily contain a sheen or a sha after the prefix, like u shapris. He caused to cut. Notice the sheen, the sha, and then the root from parasu becoming ushapris. So he caused to cut. Number 4, you have the in preterite stem, which is parallel in many ways to the Hebrew nifal stem. It indicates a passive. So you double that first radical, ipparis, from in paris. The in of the in preterite, when it comes before the P in the root, paris, it doubles. So in paris becomes ip paris, and which would be he was, or it was cut. Then we have the T infix, or what is called the GT preterite stem. And this indicates a reflexive or a reciprocal meaning. Iptaras means he himself has cut. And so it has this reflexive idea. Also sometimes you'll have tan, like iptanaras, the tan infix preceded by the T, iptanaras, and it indicates an iterative meaning, that is a repeated meaning. He will cut himself, or he himself keeps on cutting, something like that. Keeps on cutting, let's say, a piece of paper. So that's the iterative meaning. Then we have, when we look at Akkadian and Hebrew, there are two tenses in Akkadian. You have your preterite, or the past, as in iprus, and you have the future or present in ipparas, where you have iparras. You double the R here in the middle radical, and so you're looking at he will cut, or he is cutting continually, something like that. He continues to cut down a tree branch. From the verb parasu, again, and by the way, the infinitive in Akkadian is parasu, to cut. And so I've been using that verb as a, can I say, like luo in Greek, or like shamar in Hebrew. Some use katab in Hebrew, shamar to keep, katab to write. But again, Akkadian, there's the plural, the feminine plural, like salmat is the feminine at ending, and it is much like the ot in Hebrew. But let me just stop there. I just wanted to give a brief overview of the different stems, and I'm going to continue then working through a review. They say review is the mother of learning. A review of Akkadian grammar based upon the Epilogue of Hammurabi, and doing a more shortened form from what I did originally. And if anyone's interested in following a PDF, a written study of this, they can find it under a short inductive Akkadian grammar based on the Epilogue of Hammurabi's code. And also, I write with biblical parallels to the Hebrew scriptures and with New Testament application to Christ as well. So, showing, I'm looking here at the columns 47 and 48 in a short inductive Akkadian grammar. Thank you. I hope this review is helpful.